Hi, my name is John with Metroplex Margaritas, and today we're going to learn how to clean the Bunn Ultra 2 frozen drink machine. I'm going to show you a couple different ways that we recommend cleaning the machine. We have what's called a quick clean, which we recommend doing it about once a week, and then we have a thorough clean, which we recommend doing it about every 10 to 15 days or so. So here we have a machine that is completely thawed out. It was from a party that we had last night. We shut it off, and now the product is already thawed out. If your product is still frozen, then recommend that you run the augers or spirals in the off position, okay, through the control panel until it thaws out before you start this process. It'll make a lot less mess. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to actually do is show you how to do a quick clean. And I recommend removing the lids and setting them to the side. A couple reasons is because they do break relatively easy, especially the plugs in the back. So we're going to go ahead and shut the machine off, and we're going to simply drain the barrels. Now, to effectively get everything out of the barrel, you can slightly tilt it, either with yourself while you do this or have another person on the other side help you. That way it makes as little mess as possible. We're going to do the same for the other side. You want to be really careful with these handles that you don't put too much weight on them, because they will snap and break, and then that will be an added expense that you don't want to spend. So we have the mix drain, and all we're going to do is our once a week quick cleaning. What I have here is another 5-gallon mixing jug that you can purchase through us at metroplexmargaritas.com, and I have a half a scoop of Sterasheen sanitizer that you can also purchase from metroplexmargaritas.com. I typically recommend in a 5-gallon bucket using about a half a scoop of this, okay? You don't want to use too much because it might be difficult to get out of the machine, and it could cause a smell or odor either for your customer or for yourself. So I've already put it in here. I'm going to take the 5-gallon mixing jug that is not super light, so if you need additional assistance, have somebody help you with this as well. Sometimes, depending on where you have them on your bar or in your house, you could need a step ladder. We actually have ours on a relatively short table. So I typically fill it almost about half on each one of those. And then I take a sponge. Now, this sponge that we're using has a harder green bristle side on one side, and then a yellow sponge side on the other side that's softer. Very important. Do not use this green side on these bowls. Don't use anything that's hard. Don't try to scrub, mix off of there with this, because it will, once it dries, leave a film and residue appear of scratching on there. So just take a little of this, just gently around the bowl to get all your residue off. And then just drain it right out. Now, I'm not going to drain it completely out, because now I'm going to show you the other way to clean it, which is more what I recommend as a deep cleaning. There's actually a program in Bunn that, in the control panel, that will allow you to actually clean. It's a cleaning mode. So there's 2 different control panels that Bunn has created. So depending on when your machine was actually manufactured. This control panel has what's written on here is Ultra, Gourmet, and Ice. And those are actually buttons. A lot of people don't think that, but they're actually buttons on here. Now, the newer control panels actually have dots. So where the Ultra is and the Gourmet is and the Ice are actually dots. So a couple things really important. Make sure that anytime you have water in your machine that it's on off mode. Okay, not the spirals necessarily, but it's not on ice mode. Water does not freeze. It's the sugar content in the product, or what the terminology of brick content, that allows the product to slush up for you in the machine. You could damage your machine that way. So here we have it in off, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through cleaning guide. So this can all be found in your Bunn Ultra 2 control manual, or you can Google Bunn Ultra 2 operating control manual, or get one off our website as well. You hold the gourmet button for 3 seconds, or the dot, whichever's first, and it goes cleaning guide. Yes or no? Well, we want to hit yes. Okay? So it tells you exactly what to do. Let's drain hoppers. And I have my leg as a little support here because it gets heavier and you don't want to put a whole lot of pressure on the handles or on the bowls. These bowls are not cheap, as well as the handles and faucets. So we want to try and minimize our expense as much as possible. We're going to tilt it a little bit to get all the product out of there, and then we're going to do it to the other side. If it gets too heavy and you need to dump this water out, that's perfectly fine too. Go dump the water and then come back to drain the other side, which is what I should have done. Perfect. Okay, so we got it drained now. We're going to go to next. Okay, now the message is remove hoppers, augers, and seals. Very easy to do. There's actually a catching mechanism on the Ultra 2s. If you have an older model like a CDS2, it won't have the catching mechanism, but there's actually a locking mechanism right here. You push the button, gently lift up, and pull out. You do not have to muscle on this at all. Last thing you want to do is try and force something. It will come out. And if you clean it on a regular basis, it's a lot easier. If you don't clean it for every 6 months, it makes it more difficult. Okay, so remove hoppers, augers, and seals. So we got the hoppers off. Now we're going to remove the auger. Pulls right off like that. Set this to the side. Let's remove these seals. There's 2 seals. There's an auger nose seal and then a cooling drum seal. Remove those, and we're going to hit gourmet again for next. Wash and sanitize all parts. So if you're in a business, these will fit right in your dishwasher, okay? If you're at a house, I just recommend getting some of these from Costco. These are great. We get these microfiber towels, and then you take it to a sink, wash all your parts. Really important that you get all the old lube on, and then take and wipe down your spiral as well, okay? The other thing too is do not remove both at the same time. And the reason why is because if you can't remember how to get it back together, you have an example of the other one to do. So we're gonna specifically show you just one side. Okay, so wash and sanitize all parts. We've done that. Okay, wash freezing barrels. We typically will just take our microfiber towel, and you could actually take some 409 or some vinegar and water mixed together and spray it right on the barrels and wipe it down. You want to wipe all the old lube as well as any grime or dirt that has gotten in there. And you use the microfiber towel. The reason why these microfiber towels are good is because they don't actually scratch. Wash drip tray, same thing. This drip tray actually is a 2-piece drip tray. You can take it to the sink, wash it, it comes right off, okay? Right off, wipe it down, wash it, however you want to do it. When sliding it back on, it slides right back on. On occasion, if you're having difficulty sliding this back on, sometimes these 2 prongs will stick up. You can take a little flathead screwdriver and gently pry them down so you still have a tight fit. It's very normal, especially if you don't have legs on your machine and you have it sitting down. All right. Reinsert hoppers and seals. This is probably the most important part of the reassembly process. You need to get some of this if you don't have it. If you just bought a new machine, you actually have some in your hopper kit, okay? But we do sell this here at metroplexmargaritas.com at 525 Industrial Boulevard, Grapevine, Texas. You can call us and order it and we can ship it to you as well. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually take a little bit of this on the auger nose bushing, just a gently film of lube, put it right there. By the way, this is a non-toxic lube, so if this gets in your customer's drink, it's food safe. Put a little on the cooling drum seal and just go around like this. You don't want to gunk it, okay? Because if you put too much on there, it's not gonna have a very nice seal to the back end. So really important is when you're putting this, maybe you can zoom in a little bit here. When you're putting this cooling drum seal on, it fits right there. Seems easy, right? You want to make sure that it's tight up against the back. Because if it has any kind of, if it's off slightly or not on the whole way, then when you put your hopper on, it's going to leak. Let's go ahead and assemble the auger. There's actually, if you can see in there, there's a little notch, okay? You're gonna have a lot of difficulty putting the bowl on if you don't get the notch in there. So the easiest way to do it is just push it up there and make sure that it catches. If it's not catching like that, turn it until it just falls right back in place, okay? You can feel the tension on the motor. What you're doing at this point is you're turning the tension on the motor, okay? Here's some hopper bushings. Very important that you don't lose any of these parts. It actually fits right down in here, okay? And I'll remove this before I wipe the bowl down. And you're gonna use your microfiber towel to wipe the bowl down. Don't use a bath towel. If you don't have any of these, you need to get some. They're amazing for cleaning these machines. And trust me, I don't get any. We don't get any benefit by mentioning Costco, but a lot of our supplies we actually get from Costco. All right. So you're going to go ahead and put this back in here as we discussed, and then you're going to slide this right on the track. Okay, if you have to pick this up just a little bit to get underneath it, but there's two railings, two tracks. Slide it right on the track, and it comes right to the edge. Take one hand on the back, one hand on the front, and gently push it down. Now, if you notice, this one didn't really catch in there. These actually pop out, by the way. They're the bowl locks. If they happen to pop out on occasion, they fit right back in there. I had mine in there backwards. They fit right back in there. But you're going to put it right on the track. And you're going to slide it in until it just locks right in place, okay? We can go through the reinstall augers, which we already did. Reinstall hoppers and lids. So you can take some 409 again. Don't be afraid of getting these wet. We put these under the sink a lot of times. You might let them dry for about 24 hours before you plug them in. But I wouldn't, most of them are either LED or light bulbs, and they seem to do fine when they get wet. And then refill product. Get your drip tray back on. This top piece fits just like that. Finish. Next, and then it'll go right back to the front. It'll shut off for you and restart. Wipe your machine down, and that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, please feel free to visit our website. We'll have this same video posted on our website, or you can call us at 817-488-2727. Anyone can help you. Thank you and have a great day.